I'll agree with Brad. It was going strong into the 1990s. And I was very honored that I got selected to speak on behalf of the 1990s because there were so many great brothers. But I guess because I spent 7 years in the fraternity at that time, I qualified for having a little bit of life experience. For me, Beta started in 1991, though, when Tim Brunson showed up at my room. He was my mentor for the Honor Society. By the way, Tim was a presidential scholar at Beta at the time. He introduced me to Greg Wachtel, brought me over to the Beta House at 130 Brinkerhoff, where I spent the next 7 years. We were about, when I pledged in spring '92, we were up to about 45 members, because I pledged with 12, 8 had pledged just before me. We were thriving, doing very well. What I want to speak to share with you, we got in a little bit of trouble into the mid-90s, but I want to share with you, it was really a setup of us being on double secret probation from the start. We were brought up on charges because our people walked in a single file line and carried black backpacks. And if you're saying that's got nothing to do with our pledge program, you're correct. They walked in a single file line because there was 4 feet of snow in Plattsburgh and one way to get to and from our house. So that's the charges that got us into a lot of trouble. We then had to deal with this, and we dropped down in numbers. We were down to having only 12 active guys. And when I say 12, that's a stretch. But when I tell you we were organized, we threw golf parties, we threw around the world parties, we had an organization going, because when Fridays were for the public, Saturdays were for the boys, and we ran that stuff. And I'll tell you some other things. The 1990s, Theta Kappa Beta had the highest GPA on the college at that time, throughout the 1990s.
Of any club.
Yes. Secondly, we never lost one athletic event to any other Greek organization in that entire duration. And much like my luck with foosball, I could never win the friggin' football tournament while we were here, but my boys in '98, led by Dave Piscatella, Wayne, and all of those guys, they pulled it off to bring back another football championship. And with that, I'll hand it over to the 2000s, which I'll quickly mention my own little